Hello students, today we are going to discuss one important chapter from physical chemistry, and that is solutions and colligative property. In this chapter we are going to first of all learn about the solutions, its properties and laws related to it, and then we are going to learn about the colligative properties. Before starting for the solution, first of all let us learn what is the meaning of a mixture. So mixture is something which is formed after the mixing of two or more than two components into each other. That is a mixture. On the basis of what type of result we are getting, on that basis the mixture can be divided into two main types. You can see here there are two types of the mixture. One is called as the heterogeneous mixture, another is called as the homogeneous mixture. In case of heterogeneous mixture, the components of the mixture are not uniformly distributed in the mixture, just like you can see here in this image. So heterogeneous mixture can be of this type. Components of the mixture are not uniformly distributed here, or it can be of this type also. But on the contrary, in case of homogeneous mixtures, the components of the mixtures are uniformly mixed into each other, uniformly distributed throughout the mixture. So this is the uniform distribution of the particles or constituent particles you can see here. As far as solutions are concerned, they are nothing but the homogeneous mixtures. That is, in the solution the components of the mixture are uniformly distributed throughout the mixture. Therefore solution can be categorized as homogeneous mixture. In case of a solution, it is composed of two main components, and that are nothing but solute and solvent. Very simple example here we can see. So if I'm preparing the solution of salt in water, I will take salt, I will mix it in water. Obviously I will take a calculated amount of salt as well as water. So I will get a salt water, that is solution from that. If I am observing the salt here before mixing into the water, I am able to see its particles very easily. Salt here, it is used in the small amount, therefore it will be called as a solute. Whereas water, it is used in the greater amount as compared to the salt, therefore it is called as the solvent. After mixing of these two things into each other, I am getting a solution. Why it is called as solution? Because in this solution we are not able to see the salt particles in the water, that is, they are uniformly distributed in the water. So this is the simplest example of a solution. The two components of the solution are solute and solvent. So always remember, solute is the one component or a component which is present in the solution in the smaller quantity, small amount. Whereas I am talking about solvent, it is present in the greater amount or large amount as compared to the solute in the solution. For example, in the salt water, salt will be solute and water will be the solvent. Now we are going to learn about classification of the solutions. Solutions can be classified into several types on the basis of three criteria. That is based on number of components, based on nature of solvent, and based on physical state of solute and solvent. Let us learn them one by one. So first criteria of classification based on number of the components, that is number of solute particles in it and number of solvent particles in it. So it is classified into three types like binary, ternary and quaternary solutions. When I am talking about a binary solutions, it will have two components. That is, out of the two components, one will be solute and another will be solvent. That is, there will be a binary solution in this type. Next type is a ternary solution. There will be three components in it. So in this case, there will be a combination of two different things. For an example, if I say in general, A is the symbol for the solute and B is the symbol for solvent. So in that case, when it is a ternary solution, it can be like A plus 2B, or it can also be like 2A plus B. It depends on the nature of the solvent and nature of the solute, number of the solute. Okay, it can be quaternary also, in which 4 components are present. Here also we can have several combinations. It can be 2A and 2B, or it can be 1A and 3B, or it can be like 3A and 1B also. Okay, so based on the number of components, that is solute and solvent, the solutions can be classified into these 3 types. Next criteria, on the basis of what solvent is present in it. So some common or popularly used solvents are like water, which is the universal solvent, then alcohol or like spirit or nothing but ethanol, and the third one is acetone. Okay, on the basis of what type of solvent is used, the solutions can be classified into 3 types. Okay, in case of solvent which is water, in this case it will be called as aqueous solution. In case of ethanol as a solvent, solution will be called as ethanolic or alcoholic solution. If it is acetone as a solvent, solution will be called as acetonic solvent. Next criteria for the classification, it is on the basis of physical state of solute as well as solvent. So physical state can be 3, that is, it can be solid, it can be liquid, it can be gas. On the basis of the physical state of the solute as well as solvent, there can be these 9 combinations for the solution. First of all, let us learn the first type, that is gaseous solution. If it is a gaseous solution, always remember solvent will be gas, right? As it is a gaseous solution, solvent is in the excess amount, therefore always solvent will be in the gaseous state. Okay, solute can be anything, it can be gas, it can be liquid, it can be solid. If it is gas in gas, both of them are gaseous state, in that case examples are nothing but the mixture of air or gases, like that. Mixture of oxygen gas, nitrogen gases, or air is example of that, for an example. Okay, if it is liquid in gas, right, liquid is the solute and solvent is the gaseous. In that case the example is chloroform mixed with the nitrogen gas. Okay, if it is solid in gas, in that case camphor or naphthalene or any substance which is able to undergo the sublimation, and that will be in the gas, any gas. So camphor in nitrogen gas is the solid in gas type of solution. Next type of solution is the liquid solutions. So solvent will be liquid in them, right? Solute can be gas. In that case example is oxygen gas dissolved in water. Second, liquid in liquid type of solution, alcohol or acetone dissolved in water. Next is the solid in liquid. You can write down salt in water, sugar in water, glucose in water, or any solid substance which is water soluble in water. That will be example in this case. And third type of solution is the solid solutions. Obviously here the solvent will be in the solid state. Solute can be gaseous, liquid or solid. If it is gas, so in this case solution of hydrogen in palladium. It is one of the catalysts used for the hydrogenation reaction of unsaturated hydrocarbons. Like alkene or alkyne will be completely hydrolyzed or completely hydrogenated, that is reduced to the saturated alkenes. Okay, so hydrogen gas, it is adsorbed on the surface of palladium metal. This will be called as gas in solid type of solution. Next, liquid and solid. In this case the example is amalgam. Amalgam is such a solution in which always mercury is there. So mercury, as we know, in this case mercury is in the liquid state, right? So if that is mixed with the sodium, that will be called as sodium amalgam. Mixed with the zinc, zinc amalgam. So these are the examples of liquid in solid type of solution. And the last type, both of them can be solid. In that case alloys is the example, or any two metals when they are fused into each other, that will be the mixture called as the solid in solid type of solution. Or even alloys, we know alloys are nothing but the mixture of variety of metals into each other.